What's up everyone? This is a follow-up to my other video where I made a Raspberry Pi Zero motion detection camera. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up the system so that when it boots up it starts the motion detection. So you don't need to be on Wi-Fi, log into this page and click motion detection start like that. So let me wait for this to stop. I've already got my camera set up. It's pointed right here. If I reach there, you can see my hand. So we're just going to do that as a test. But let's jump over to the documentation, and I've got it linked to this section right here. How do I enable Motion Edition to start automatically? It says you can control in two basic ways. We're going to do number one here. So we've got to edit the etc raspi-mjpeg config file and change motion detection from false to true. So we need to access our Pi via SSH, and let's go ahead and do that. So you'll need to SSH into the Pi. I went over that in the last video. So this is where you'll open the command line, type SSH, and then your Pi IP address to log in on the terminal. I went over that in that video, so go look at that section, but I'm actually on a different Pi, so I have a different IP address, but you want to find your IP address and then SSH in just like we did in the last video. Okay, so now I'm SSH'd into my Raspberry Pi, and what I need to do is edit this etc raspi-mjpeg main config file. So let's just copy that and type sudo nano, and then I'm going to paste that. And that'll bring up this file here. So let's make this window bigger. And as it says in the documentation, you just need to change motion detection from false to true. So I'm just using my scroll bar on my mouse, scrolling down. Is motion detection, but I don't think that's the one. Okay, so here we've got the auto start section. Auto start is standard, motion detection false. We just need to change that to true. So now down here, this little symbol means control. So I'm going to type Control X. And then it says save modified buffer, type Y. And then type enter. All right, so now to test, I'm going to reboot the Raspberry Pi and then go back to the web page and see if anything looks different. So let's go ahead and do that. Sudo reboot now. Okay, so I just opened up the web page again, and as you can see, motion detection stop is orange, so that means that it's going. And then if I stick my hand up here, you can see that it started recording the video. And then it looks like it's done there. So now if I go to download videos and images, there it is right there at the bottom. I've got this video that it just recorded, and I can click on that and see it started just after I detected my hand there, but it looks like it's working. So now I'm just going to do one more test in the wild. So let's go back here, and I'm just going to show you that you can shut down the camera by going to system. You don't need to be in SSH to actually shut it down. I'm going to do shutdown system, and then I'm going to bring this out to the garage and plug it in. That way I'll test that if I just plug it in and then point it at something, the motion detection is on and it's recording without me going in here and turning it on. I'll just confirm that that all works, and then we'll come back, see that I recorded a clip, and then we'll be all set. All right, I've got it down here in the garage. Here's the Pi. I'm just going to plug it in right here. And then it's just pointing up, so I'm just going to like wave my hand over it a few times. And then I'm going to unplug and go back upstairs. All right, it's plugged in and it's booting up. The reason that I am testing like this is because typically right when you install it without changing anything, you would need to go into the web browser and click motion detection start. But what we did is we changed the config file so that whenever you plug it in, motion detection starts automatically. So when it boots up down here, it's just booting up on its own and it's going to start motion detection. So it's going to just immediately start recording anytime it sees motion. All right, so it just booted up. I was standing a little too close to it. So I was in the video just causing it to record, but now I'm going to do the test with my hand. I also noticed that it was looking at the light up above and that was causing it to turn the motion detection on. So I've turned that off and now I'm going to go ahead and step in and do the test. I'm going to hold the phone above so you'll see that. And then I'm just waving my hand over and we're testing to see if it started the recording as recording my hand waving, and we should see the phone. Now I'm just going to pull it out so the frame is empty again and the recording can stop. And I'll give that a few minutes and then I will take this back upstairs and check to see if it got the video. All right, now I'm back upstairs, brought this with me so it is no longer connected. So I am going to need to plug it in up here just so I can access the web server. So let's say you were using this out in the wild, like in the woods or something, you would take it out there, have some kind of USB or, USB power brick or something, plug it in there, let it go, do its thing, and then you would bring it back inside, plug it into your home network so that you can log in and see the footage and download the files. So let's go ahead and plug this in. All right, so we've got it. We're back in the home screen. You can see again, motion detection is on, but let's click download videos and images and see if we got that video of my hand waving over and the phone. All right, this looks like it right here. I know this isn't it because I had the light on and it was triggering recordings before I wanted, but this is the one. So let's just click on it. We've got this preview page. Looks like it started once my hand was already kind of in the frame. There's my phone recording. We got about a 17-second video. And then once I pulled my hand out and the phone out, it took a few seconds and it stopped recording. So from here you can download the video, delete it. The memory card will auto delete stuff if it fills up, so it'll be like a rolling memory. They won't just fill up and stay there. If you looked at this and wanted to keep this one from being auto-deleted, you could hit lock selected, then it won't be auto-deleted by the purge job. But that's it for this video. To recap, I showed you how we can go into the settings and turn on auto start for the motion detection, and then we brought the Pi out to the garage where we just plugged it in and then waved a hand in front of it and it made a recording of that automatically. So that's it for this video. Hope it was helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and see you in the next video.